by Commissioner Bedwell. We ask that you stand if you are able to, please.
Let's pray together. Gracious God, we give you thanks for the gift of life and for the blessing of this beautiful day. Thank you for your goodness and grace to us all. And so we pray that in this gathering today, you would give your wisdom and grace to those that lead us, and may your mercy, peace, and blessing rest upon this city that we call home. It's in your name we pray. And everyone said,
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everybody. We want to check our roll, and so, City Clerk, if you will make note that all of us are here present this morning. And item number 4 on your agenda is the approval of our previous minutes. If we could have a motion to do so, please.
Motion to approve. Second.
We have a motion and a second for approval. Any discussion? All in favor say yea.
Yay.
Any opposed say nay. All right, communications from the City Commission. We have a proclamation this morning. It is our Farm City Week. We look forward to this week all year long because we like to eat in this area. And so we have with us Glenn Malloy, who is our Farm City Committee Chairman, and committee member Gloria Jeffcoat, who's going to take pictures, she said. So if you will, join me at the podium, please. Thank you, sir. This is a great week. We do enjoy our ag, and we enjoy our food that gets on our tables, and we are always grateful and appreciative of our agricultural community. And so, and all of that, I see forestry as well. So it's not just food, but it's that we are in the middle of the pine basket as well. And so we want to say how much we are appreciative to you guys. Looking forward to the Farm City Swap also. But let me read our proclamation first. Whereas for over 60 years during Thanksgiving week, the American people have observed Farm City Week to express gratitude for the bounty with which God has blessed our land and to recognize the achievement of the farmers, the rural townspeople, and city residents who make up our nation's agricultural production and distribution system so successfully. Truly, this cooperation between rural and city dwellers for mutual benefit helps ensure our country's well-being. And whereas the American farmers have provided food and fiber to sustain our people throughout decade after decade of progress, farmers' productivity has increased steadily thanks largely to their initiative in supporting and adapting the methods and materials developed by scientific research. Yield per acre has grown tremendously, with the result that American farmers are able not only to meet the nation's basic needs for foodstuffs, but also to produce agricultural goods for export and for a wide variety of specialty markets here in the United States and around the world. And whereas the American agriculture and the many service industries that depend upon it in the cities, in towns, and along all the routes in between is a story of extraordinary labor creating extraordinary abundance. At this time of year, it is only fitting that all Americans offer some special sign of thanks to those who grow, harvest, and bring to our nation's tables the fruits of sun, seed, and soil. Now, therefore, I, Mark Sleeman, Mayor of the City of Dothan, do hereby proclaim this week of November 18, 24 through 2022 as Farm City Week. Thank you, Glenn. Appreciate it.
Mr. Mayor and Commissioners, we appreciate the opportunity to come out this morning and celebrate our farmers here in Houston County. And the Farm City Week is big for us. We spend a lot of time throughout the year preparing to celebrate and honor the farmers in our community. And this opportunity for our banquet gives us the format to do that. This year it's actually hosted by the city again at the Civic Center, and it'll be the week before Thanksgiving, and be November 17th. And I think our invitations were sent out this past week. Hopefully you have gotten those. If not, you should soon. And I do appreciate the work that our committee does. Like the Mayor mentioned, Ms. Gloria Jeffcoat's here with us. And She's the one that is really behind the scenes, taking care, making sure things work pretty smoothly every year. Mr. Ed Lewis with the Forest Commissions also serves on our committee this year. So there's a lot of people that work together to make things work for our community to help celebrate our farmers in Houston County, which is huge to our economic impact here in our community. And we just appreciate what you do to help support that every year. Thank you.
All right. City Commission, we have any correspondence or communication?
No comments, Mayor.
Just a thank you to Sarah and Wendy and all they do. Mr. Mayor, it's good to see Representative Grimsley here. Also thankful to the Utilities Department. Had a couple constituents call. They took care of some problems this weekend. And Neighborhood Enhancement, Mr. Falk. So that's all, Mayor.
Thank you, sir.
The only comment I'd have is just, I hope everybody have a happy Halloween, and we appreciate our local delegation being here today. Thank you.
No comments, Mayor.
No comments, Mayor. No, just want to remind everybody, and I'm sure the city manager will remind everybody, we got Love Dothan coming up this weekend, Saturday morning, so if anybody wants to come out and help, I think we're working the Rip Hughes neighborhood area over there, so I'll be there with my weed eater and ready to go if anybody wants to see me actually do any work. Do it quick, get there
Yeah,
quick.
bring your camera,
Yeah,
right?
right quick, yeah. That's all.
All right. We do have a lot going on. Thank you for reminding that as well. The National Peanut Festival kicking off as well this week. And so save your pennies up and go out and have fun and enjoy the food and continue to celebrate our agricultural community and what it is all about in our area. A lot of good things happening, and appreciate all those that bring it to bear in our community. All right, City Manager, we turn it over to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. At this time, I would like to come up to the podium and introduce you to our November Employee of the Month, Mr. Chris Reed with our Environmental Services Department. Chris? And Stephen, Tommy? Chris has been employed with the city for 21 years. He's performed almost every job within the Environmental Services Department. He is without a doubt one of the best operators in his division. Chris is not only a great employee and operator for the city, but also a great leader. He's mentored and trained many new employees during his tenure. Chris regularly stands in for his supervisors when they're absent. He's a problem solver in the field and routinely handles issues with customers and other employees long before they reach the management level. Thank you. Chris is known around his division as Soup, short for Superman. He earned this monikers by being a guy you can go to when you most need him. Environmental Services regularly receives compliments about the quality of his work. Finally, and most importantly, Chris is a peacemaker. He's a voice with his workmates when it comes to job-related issues. In every case, he's a calming force and relays information in a way that's respectful and understandable. He handles himself in such a way that he garners the respect of both sides of an issue while continuing to execute the division's mission at a very high level. Chris's work is second to none, and he deserves to be recognized for his excellent performance. Thank you, Chris. Congratulations.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
I just wanted to thank you all for the opportunity to do this and to honor some of our employees. And Stephen actually nominated Chris after I'd been here maybe 3 or 4 weeks, so I knew it had to be a good opportunity here. And I think Stephen's going to speak.
I thank you guys for the opportunity to brag a little bit on an employee. We don't get that chance very often, so it's good to brag on it. And Chris is one of those cats that if he comes into your office and shuts the door, you know you're about to be schooled. And that's a good thing. He comes in, because it doesn't happen often, but when he does, it's important, and I know I better listen. And that's because he has the respect of all of his workmates out there, and they usually draft him to be the guy to arbitrate for some sort of an issue. And that speaks volumes of who Chris is. He makes operations an ease for us. The guy is just a stand-up dude. And this time of year, we start talking about performance evaluations, and we start talking about employees meeting goals, exceeding goals, things like that. Well, on that sheet on the far right side, there's this lonely little box called Model Performer when we check that. And that's exactly what it sounds like. It's the performer that you want the rest of your division or department to model themselves after. Well, Chris is the epitome of model performer. And the appreciation I have for that is just immense, because he's the guy, along with a lot of these gentlemen that are in the room right now, that I want my new hires to model themselves after. And it's great to have a guy like this that will come and take these new hires under their wings and teach them the ropes. But I'm going to quit bragging on him, because he's going to be difficult to deal with for like the next 3 weeks. But I am proud to be able to stand up here and spotlight one Chris Superman Reed.
Thank you. Next, we have a check presentation from Mr. Brad Kimbrough with Wiregrass Electric Cooperative, Mr. Hayne Hollis, Chairman of the Industrial Development Board, and our congressional delegation here, our state delegation, excuse me.
Yes, sir. Mr. City Manager, thank you for being recognized. As the manager said, I'm Brad Kimbrough with Wiregrass Electric Cooperative. Certainly here on behalf of our board and our team here, I appreciate you guys allowing me to be here. One of the strengths of our community is teamwork, working together, and having a collaborative approach to really everything. And Mr. Mayor, city commissioners, I certainly appreciate what you guys are doing to help lead this area, this Wiregrass area, in economic development and growth. And y'all are doing a wonderful job. And what we'd like to do at Wiregrass Electric Cooperative, having kind of the same mission and same values of growing our Wiregrass community, just trying to do our small part in helping support the efforts that you're leading on. We're happy to provide electric service in this Wiregrass region, and anything we can do, Mr. Mayor, to help support economic development, positive growth, providing hope for our citizens to have good employment, jobs, and opportunities. That's certainly what we're about. And when you're talking about economic development, we have a great structure in place led by Matt Parker. He's doing a wonderful job, president of the Dothan Area Chamber of Commerce, and leading our economic development efforts. And so we had the opportunity, when we're thinking about supporting the team and working together, what can we do? And we have our legislative delegation here with us, Senator Chastain, Representative Paul Lee, Representative Dexter Grimsley, Representative Jeff Sorrells, all those guys. They're always looking for ways to support our efforts in growing our community and looking for ways to help do that. We have a wonderful delegation, as you guys know, and they work together, great teamwork, supporting all of our efforts. And so what they were able to do, Wiregrass Electric Cooperative, the cooperatives, we charge or imposed a 2.2% utility tax that we collect from our members. Roughly for us, that's about $1.2 million each year. Our delegation here, our senator and representatives, were able to go in the state and pass an opportunity, a law where those utilities that collect that tax, they're able to roughly take half of that and give it back to our local community to do economic development things with it. We work through an industrial development board. That's the stipulation. It has to be legit there. And so obviously we have that structure. Matt Parker, again, I mentioned,
Mr. Hain here. Just appreciate everything that they have going. So when I talked to Matt about this, like, hey, we have this opportunity, thanks to our delegation, what do we do with it? And of course, he knows exactly where to put it. So we were able, Matt and his team, Colton Curington, able to secure some of that money. We got a late start on it this year, so we were only able to get, a little small part of it. But we're going to continue through Matt and Colton and working with you guys for this area, trying to make sure we don't leave any of that money that can come back to our community. So with that, I would like to say the amount that we're able to donate today to the Industrial Development Board, City of Dothan, is $207,553, and that'll be presented to Matt and Mr. Hollis here. And I'd like to offer our delegation any opportunity they would like to make a comment about what they did to make this possible.
Mr. Mayor, it's been several years since I've been back in this chamber, and you got it looking good. So this is not something one person did. It took all these our entire delegation, and then across the House and the Senate. The state of Alabama is in very solid financial shape, and we saw that coming back in 2018-ish, somewhere around there, and we felt it was important to start the Growing Alabama tax credits. And our most important thing that we believe that we can do is make it available opportunities for local governments to start businesses or help start those businesses. And this is just one opportunity that we've had to do, and we're expecting more. Y'all have done a great job in bringing it to the Wiregrass. We did this in 2018. Governor Ivey renewed this in 2021. And it started out at $10 million, and now we've bumped it up to $20 million. So the opportunity is even greater. So we're hoping that we can bring as much of this back. You find the opportunities, we'll get the money for you. So thank you. These guys, we appreciate it. The whole entire delegation is here to do whatever we need to do to help. Thank you.
Again, I just want to say thank you again for what y'all are doing, leading this Dothan and Wiregrass area. Thank you again to our delegation. Just great efforts that they do to help our community. Mr. Hain Hollis, thank you for all that you do, leading the City of Dothan Industrial Development Board. Thank y'all very much. Appreciate it.
Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
Really, I just want to thank Brad and Wiregrass Electric. They're great corporate citizens, and they think about our community. They're not only involved in something like industrial recruitment and development, like by giving this check and all, they're involved in a lot of other things in this community, and we thank them for that. And also, our delegation, thank y'all for having the foresight to create the Growing Alabama program so to incentivize companies like Wiregrass Electric to do things and donate money like this so that we can improve our Sam Houston Industrial Park. And I'd be remiss if I didn't thank Colton and Matt for really applying for this, receiving it, and also for the administration and reporting that they'll have to do associated with this in the future. So thanks to everybody. It's a big team effort. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. That's great. All right. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate, I had our comments to that quickly. We appreciate our delegation, our state delegation. Thank you, Wiregrass Electric, Brad, and as Hain said, y'all have been a great community citizen for the Wiregrass, and we are grateful for that. We appreciate it. All right, if you're following along on your agenda this morning, we are at item number 7, which there are no communications from the city clerk this morning. So we are moving on to item number 8, which is resolution number 2022-344. It's authorizing the planning department to collaborate with the firm of Bullock Environmental LLC to submit an application for a brownfield assessment grant from the Environmental Protection Agency and to accept the grant if awarded. For approval. Second. Motion and second is for approval. Any discussion or question? All in favor say yea.
Yay.
Any opposed say nay. Item number 9 is resolution number 2022-345, appropriating $900,000 to the Industrial Development Board of the City of Dothan for economic development assistance to support infrastructure improvements to the Napier Field Industrial Park.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion and a second for approval. Any discussion? All in favor say yea.
Yay.
Any opposed say nay. Item 10 is resolution number 2022-346, accepting funding in the amount of $102,347.50 from the IDB for reimbursement of street lighting in Sam Houston Industrial Park.
Motion to approve.
Second.
A motion and a second for approval. Any discussion? Again, thanks to everybody, the whole team, because you can see these first few items that we're dealing with are about industrial development and growth, jobs, and improving our workforce development. So we are grateful for that. Any other comments? All in favor say yea.
Yay.
Any opposed say nay. Item number 11 is resolution number 2022-347, approving an amendment with Avenue Insights and Analytics LLC to incorporate audit services language in the short-term rental agreement approved by the resolution number 2022-271.
Motion for approval.
Motion and a second for approval. Any discussion? All in favor say yea.
Yay.
Any opposed say nay. Item 12 is resolution number 2022-348, entering into a sales contract, and accepting a warranty deed to purchase a parcel of property located at 1514 Oak Drive for the price of $180,000.
Motion for approval.
Second.
Motion and a second for approval. Any discussion? You give
Probably worth
yeah.
explaining why we're buying a house.
Yeah, I would think so, too. We could have,
Yes, sir. Just briefly, this is an area that has experienced some stormwater drainage issues historically. We have looked at doing a piping project to help facilitate the flow of that stormwater, keep it away from some of these houses. In lieu of doing that project, we've examined this area. We think it's more cost-effective to purchase the property rather than doing an infrastructure project. So there's this property. There may be some others as well.
What would be the estimated cost
Of the project?
I forget the number.
Tommy, do you know, is it around 4 million or so?
It's pushing 4 million.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
if you bought the house, it kind of, we wouldn't have to do it at a later date?
No, sir. If we purchase these properties, then we won't be doing the infrastructure project.
and I guess the intent is to remove the house.
Yes, sir.
And then on any of these properties that we will be purchasing, will we have plans to maybe do some small detention as well to slow down the volume, or is that not in the?
Well, that's my understanding. We'll take a look at the properties. We'll do some grading potentially to help accommodate some stormwater. You got it.
Depending on how the properties lay out, if we were to acquire several in a row, then that would help us to mitigate the drainage issue in that area. Just individual property may or may not provide much value from that
Right.
standpoint.
Okay.
But buying this one property, even if you couldn't buy the others, would resolve the issue?
Well, no, it wouldn't resolve the issue. The water's still going to be there, and it's going to cause flooding. So, if we just get the one property, then that one property won't be flooding a house. But, our hope is that we can purchase several parcels.
Thank you, sir.
Any other questions? Commission?
Is it 180,000, that all-in price?
Yes, sir.
That's all in?
Well, we're paying, is that everything? Yeah, 180 all in.
Any other questions? All in favor say yea.
Yay.
Any opposed say nay. Item 13 is resolution number 2022-349, submitting an application to the Alabama Department of Transportation for the A-Trip 2, John D. Odom, Highway 84 West Main Street, intersection improvement project, which said project is estimated to cost $3,348,878.16, including construction, engineering, and inspection, with the city's share of said cost estimated to be $1,348,878.16.
Motion to approve.
Second.
It's a motion and a second for approval. Any discussion or explanation? Could you give me just a very quick, what area this is, what project that is, so that people will know and the media will also?
Yes, sir. Tom?
Yes, sir. The primary focus on this project is going to be improving the intersection of 84 and John D. Odom. It's going to be a continuation of the work that you're seeing out there right now. We're basically building the footprint to improve that intersection, add dual left turn lanes, add the capacity to bring dual lefts off of John D. Odom back onto 84 East, heading back into town. Obviously, we won't be extending the extra lane with this project, but we are setting up the footprint for that. And then potentially in the future, we can apply for more ATRIP funding to carry that project on out.
And my understanding is that the paint striping companies are hopefully catching up here before long and will be out. And
Yes, sir. We have seen tremendous delay in any kind of permanent striping. And as of now, that's the primary holdup on completing the work that you see out there, excuse me, right now. So once those guys come in, then we should be able to close that project out fairly quickly. And we're hopeful to get them here within the next few weeks.
And the other thing that I've been getting some calls on is the lane that just stops, so to speak, and nobody has any warning to get over to that right there.
Yes.
Across.
Well,
Is there something that we might could do for AlDOT if they're not going to be able to do that?
We're constantly talking with AlDOT, and if the permanent striping doesn't show up soon, then the city is probably going to be able to step in and provide some assistance there. The permanent striping, once it goes into place, will help to delineate and clarify the use of that lane to encourage people to get out before it terminates there.
Good. I think that's hopefully soon.
Yes.
This be similar in concept to Woodburn and 84 as far as
Yes, sir.
design?
Yes, sir. We're going to shoot for a very similar design. It just makes the intersection operate more
And
efficiently.
you were talking about the footprint for the eastbound lane, the additional eastbound?
Eastbound and westbound. Yes, sir. All the work that you see in place right now is setting up to add the additional lane coming back in eastbound in the future.
And this is for the A-Trip that's due now.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The
All right.
resolution is to apply for ATRIP funding.
Okay. All right.
Can I say one more related to that? The light, I know we talked about it a couple of weeks ago. Where do we stand on the lighting on that area out there at 84 West? I was going to the median, I think.
You guys have an update on lighting?
We're submitting our next submittal to AlDOT for approval.
Okay.
So it's been multiple submittals. So AlDOT will be.
Working through the permitting process, basically. Get the lighting installed.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Tom. All right, thank you, everybody. All in favor say yea.
Yea.
Any opposed say nay. Item 14 is resolution number 2022-350, appropriating the funds to satisfy outstanding encumbrances for fiscal year ending September 30th, 2022.
Motion for approval.
Second.
Motion and second for approval. Any discussion or questions? All in favor say yea.
Yea.
Any opposed say nay. Item 15 is resolution number 2022-351, entering into an agreement between the City of Dothan and the Dothan-Houston County Communications District for services on certain equipment, infrastructure, and contracts at an annual cost to the district of $200,000 for FY 2023, with an annual increase not to exceed 3% in 24 and 25.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion, we have a second to approve. Any discussion or explanation? All right, all in favor say yea.
Yea.
Any opposed say nay. Resolution number 2022-352 is accepting American Rescue Plan Act funding in the amount of $1 million from Houston County and entering into a sub-recipient agreement for construction of an eligible new urban green space project.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second for approval. Any questions?
Thank you, Houston County.
Yes. Thank you, Houston County, for wanting to be a part of our projects in the downtown area and helping to fund the proposed green space out front. So, yes, thank you so much for that. Any other discussion or comments? All in favor say yea.
Yea.
Any opposed, say nay. Item 17 is resolution number 2022-353, awarding bids and approving other purchases over $15,000 by the city.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and seconds for approval. Any discussion? All in favor say yea.
Yea.
Any opposed, say nay. Item 18, resolution number 2022-354, approving the advanced travel request for city employees.
Motion for approval.
Motion and second for approval. Any discussion? All in favor say yea.
Yea.
Any opposed, say nay.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for adjournment. All in favor say yea.
Yea.
Any opposed, say nay. All right, city manager?
Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor. Administrative meeting agenda. First item is approval of the minutes from October 18th.
Motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Motion and second to approve the October 18th admin meeting minutes. All in favor say yea.
Yea.
Any opposed, say nay.
All right, I do have one privileges of the floor request, Kenesha Richardson.
Good morning. My name is Kenesha Richardson. As stated, I retired from the Army 1 year ago and decided to relocate my family back to my hometown. The Dothan I remember was safe and very family-oriented. The past 6 months have shaken me to the core with the increase of violent crimes. My 5-year-old plays football with the Dothan Flag Football League over at Colby Bottoms Field. In the past 2 months, we've experienced 2 shootings. The last one was last Tuesday, approximately 7:45. 15 to 20 shots rang out while we had 25-year-olds on the field, in an open field at that. Our children deserve to maintain their innocence and to play childhood games. It was very difficult to have to explain to my 5-year-old why we have to forfeit the remaining of the season because we don't feel safe with our kids out there, and explaining to him why shooting was taking place. The area is just not safe for 3 to 12-year-olds to be out there at that time of night. The roads leading to the field are dark. The parking lot is not lit, and it was just chaos for parents out there with no police presence. I'm asking the city of Dothan and Dothan Leisure Services, who I've had plenty of great experiences with baseball, swimming, and soccer, to help provide our kids with a safe environment. And I'm asking that as a parent and a voter. I know that, it's football and it doesn't seem to be a big deal, but for our kids, it's spending time with their friends, it's getting to know kids who don't go to their school, and it builds that community that we want to have Dothan for the next generation and future. So with that, I just ask you to look into the matter. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And Ms. Richardson, I'd like to speak with you afterwards and just update you. All right?
That's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
All right.
Thank you.
That's it. Then we are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.